won last time against a tilted G2, it's all there, Anders. The building blocks, they're all there for Evil Geniuses.
I'm ready for it. EG going to be starting on the T side, G2 on the CT side. So let's see how it goes. It looks like a really early three-man setup inside of a B, which in normal round would be, you know, pretty strange. Normally not the most common thing, but in a pistol round, again, anything can happen. And instead, it looks like it's Ivy that's going to be put under some pressure. Amanek, I think he could have fallen back, but actually goes back for the fight, and a great double kill will land at G2. A very strong shot at winning this opening pistol round. Definitely not all done, but that was pretty cool. He almost got caught, and I think if he had kept running and backpedaling, they would have just hunted him down. So he decided, you know, to turn it against them. You've got to face those bullies every once in a while.
You do, and the spacing was just barely off for Cirque and Tarek. They couldn't trade. They couldn't pin him down for a fight, and so now the bomb gets planted at least, which is a big success for Evil Geniuses. And Breezy gets 2 kills on Kenny.
Oh, yeah. I think he saw that, like, the first shoulder peek. He knew someone was coming, and... yeah, now back into a 3-on-3 with the bomb down. So just like that, it's turned a little bit sour on G2. They have a smoke, which is great for the bomb, but no kit. And I mean, Glocks have a lot of bullets in, so they're not even going to wait for it. They're just going to try and smoke off Breeze over here. Actually throwing a flash right at him, but this has just crumbled. The 3 versus 5, well, now turned into a 1 versus 3, and there's nothing that Hunter could do about it. So EG will pick it up, and a nice triple kill for Breeze.
Monster. Absolutely monster performance there from Breezy in this pistol round. He just saved it single-handedly. You're thinking it's done. As soon as those 2 kills come in for Amanek, a 2-man advantage in a pistol, bomb barely getting planted. Main thing is that Evil Geniuses get that bomb planted, and then it turns the onus on G2 to get onto that site. They're the ones who are then playing against the clock. It's no longer Evil Geniuses who are the ones trying to get a bomb down. It's G2 who have to retake.
With, you know, that perfect 2020 hindsight, you could have said those 2 people at Ivy, Amanek, and whoever was behind him.
Kenny.
Yeah, should have just, like, wide swung immediately instead of doing the shoulder peek thing. Because they heard the flash, so they knew that someone was already peeking behind the flashbang. But again, we've got all that hindsight, and, you know, didn't work out. Whatever, it's a pistol round. Cirque taking a little bit of damage, but also leading with a Mac 10, so he doesn't really care. Now Tarek is taking over that role, and they're going to run into Nexa. Ethan actually goes down right quick, and the grenade on top. That's a big double. He could have easily had a third there. They're in a little bit of trouble here, EG. The bomb is on the ramp, and I don't know if they can pick it up and run back, but they're just going to follow through. They don't even want to change their minds. Oh, and that nade, right. It's going to go deep and nearly blows up the entire team. That could have been the end of the round.
Well, the bomb gets planted. And that's what's important now, but the flank is coming in from Nico, and it's a question of whether or not Evil Geniuses realize this. Internal clocks are ticking, and Cirque, yep, gonna start watching Brown Halls, knows that this is definitely a possibility. And so to Cirque, I mean, he's got the angle here. Nico, he's waiting for his teammates to coordinate with him, and Amanek actually catches Cirque, who was watching. That opens it up. All on Stan.
And he's going to get shot in the back. What a turnaround. And they obviously don't have a kit, but they're going to be able to pick it up anyway. I mean, that didn't even look like it was such a bad idea for EG, but the fact that they lost to that Deagle first, it looked like Ethan died in like 1 bullet. I'm not even sure how. This is, so yeah, this is, I guess... yeah, that's okay. It is 2 bullets. It just didn't look like it, and then the HE on top.
The Deagle does so much damage to Kevlar. Body shots, like 2 body shots close like that, it does feel a bit silly how strong it is.
Yeah, it is pretty powerful, isn't it?
It's a really, really strong gun in that position, and the pros are getting better and better at using it like a shotgun, essentially. I mean, you get a headshot, 1-shot headshot, or 2 shots body shots. I mean, it's really tough. And so clever positioning there by Nexa. Also really liking Nico's aggressiveness. Very quick into main, very quick on the rotate, box in Evil Geniuses, but he did the same on the pistol with the aggressive push into Brown Halls. So to me, that says that Nico's looking for the fight. He wants to get in here, and he wants to just start brawling.
Yeah, that could be really good news or really bad news. Which yet to be found out. You mentioned, you know, tilted Nico earlier, and we've seen some signs of that, I would say. And hopefully that's not what we're going to be seeing today. I don't know, like, when I've been looking through the last couple of games, like, I've been looking for a fair few G2 games lately. And obviously the one that we've been seeing here at this season of Blast Premier. But just generally speaking, it seems like all of their mistakes are ones that can be fixed. Like, I don't know, that they're losing rounds that they just definitely should not be losing. So that's why I picked them. I was sort of saying, you know what? I'm just going to gamble on the idea that today is when they fix them. So I don't have a better reason, unfortunately. Now, they did lose a player
right
off the bat.
You're betting against the content king, Tarek himself. He just showed you a bank HE into a Tech 9 rundown, and you are betting against Evil Geniuses?
That was good. We could put a soundtrack to that, and it would probably look really cool. Now we're going to see a little bit of a setup, some smoke, some flashbangs to see if they can take down Kenny and Nexa in this bomb site. A good counter Molotov at 34 seconds. That is really going to slow them down. Now, Amanek is checking T main over at the A-bomb site, but it's going to be too late. They're going to have to stand on their own, and I don't think the backup will be here. Good double kill for Kenny, and he nearly took down Cirque as well, but it's still not going to really matter here. 2 on 3. Nico at range. And he'll get the kill and turn it into a 2-on-2. Amanek is finally showing up at the bomb site with a bit of a flank. But Nico, I mean, they have to talk together right now and make sure they get the timing down right, or this could still absolutely fall apart on the retake. And they need to be pretty quick about it as well. Oh, what a shot from Ethan. Taking down Nico as he was crouching in, and Amanek will find the exact same fate. So that's going to be EG, I mean, barely winning the round, but winning it nonetheless, and closing down that G2 economy before it even got started.
And just going back over to some of the performance yesterday, I mean, it feels like all tournament long, we've seen flashes of greatness from Evil Geniuses and individual players as well. Tarek, here's that nade, straight in, just brutal.
It's so hard to see. Like, the debris from those HEs is just one of the worst things, isn't it? You just don't know what's happening when that, like, cloud is coming up from the HE grenade.
Listen, Anders, Turok is waiting in the pug life, and you're a big fan of dinosaurs, man. You should know Turok.
I played those games.
Doesn't mess around.
Bow and arrow versus dinosaurs.
That's it, man.
Ooh, okay. Amanek has straight it down. A little bit of revenge. Nico, he just walked out from behind that corner where he knows that someone else is there. So, you know, possible that he could do some damage here to Stanislaw. He's very low on health, and the grenade will take care of him. Oh, dear. That means there are a couple of rifles now that they can pick up. And the rest of EG not even really in a position to speed anything up. Good long-range spray, but Breeze has already been tagged, and he should have been dead right then and there. I'm kind of shocked that they missed the opportunity. That probably should have been a kill for Nexa. Hunter, though, sneaking in behind. He jumps off the ladder, and that might have been the only thing that saved Ethan, at least for the minute. But they're very low on health, and kind of a strange start to the match is this. We're just trading rounds back and forth. I think it's going to be hard for EG to try and win this round, but he might get a chance here. Straight headshot as Nico goes down, and now Breeze sneaking in behind Kenny, leaving Hunter in a 1 versus 2. I can't believe it. There are so many times. Breeze should have already been dead to Nexa. Hunter probably should have that kill to Ethan. This is so outrageous.
It's the pug life, dude. This is exactly what Evil Geniuses were hoping for. A smattering of tactics, and then just get it to be chaotic, get it frustrating, and, well, I mean, these are the NA boys, man. These guys are just, this is what they grew up on.
Yeah, but I think, again, I mean, I don't know, it's so hard to push it up, but Nexa just needed to hit 1 bullet, right? So, like,
sure.
whatever kind of stress else is going on in that round, like, that's just, like, he had plenty of time, he's out in the open. That's just a straight failed shot, basically. So, and then, I don't know, Ethan trying to get, or jumping off. I mean, I don't know, like, this is a crazy round. They got away with so much here.
Yeah.
Now, they played the 2 versus 3 really well. That's super well done by EG, because they must have been stressed. So,
well,
a lot of credit for that.
It's them kind of just saying, okay, you're on your own, dude. Like, Ethan and Breezy were just kind of on their own, negotiating it, and Ethan getting that kill on Nico is what unlocks that 2v3 at that point. Because Kenny then is just doomed. But we could see another change here. Tarek, yep, straight out into the open. No fear at all in this hard eco. Up against the pistols. Tarek leading the way, and he still gets a kill.
Yeah, really well done. Just getting that first kill in this kind of a rush is critical. And they ran into, like, the entire stack and the AK that was there, and they just absolutely beat it up. Well done.
I think this is essential, Anders. It's frustrating situations like what you just described where it could have just been 1 bullet. But if you get it into, like, the scrimmy, kind of puggy, chaos sort of fueled game state, Evil Geniuses, I think this is the winning scenario, because that's just going to force G2 into being uncomfortable. And I don't think that's where G2 want to be right now. We've seen them kind of struggle when they start to fall behind in these rounds when things don't make sense. And again, it's just about tilting Nico.
That is the game.
The game plan is just tilt Nico and you win. So let's get at. I mean, if you're Evil Geniuses right now, that's the name of the game. And Stanislaw wins the duel versus Nico.
Nice shot. And actually, Amanek with a kill on Stanislaw as well. But that was a cool path that he took. Oh, man, we should draw that on a map at some point. Breeze trying to hunt down Kenny. Could have been dead right then and there. Hunter, though, really quick with the flank. Incredibly fast, in fact. I don't know if they'll expect it, but they won't expect Breeze either. And he could have had the double. That might have sealed the round. And now this flank has been slowed down. That shot, I mean, yeah, now they're certainly going to check. You can see Cirque, he has to go for it, and he turns around and gets the second kill. Huge play. As soon as they take down Who was that? Hunter coming in from the one side? Who's on the other side? Was it Nexa or I can't remember? Oh, Amanek. As soon as they kill Amanek here, this shot from Cirque, that's it. Like, that clears up his mind space to just turn around and say, oh, wait a minute, now I can look behind me. Huge stuff here. What a start. This is Train after all. And they're 5-1. This is such a terrific start for EG.
I'm really enjoying watching this. It's not like any of these guys are utterly dominating in the way, like having individual performances the way that like Nico and Hunter are, sitting towards the top performers individually so far in this tournament, but they're consistent. You have 4 guys for Evil Geniuses that are just right next to each other in terms of performance.
Yeah.
There's no weak link anymore really on the team that you can exploit. If they're all hitting shots and they're all having their moments, even Cirque is getting more aggressive, more confident with the AWP, that's only going to bode well here for Evil Geniuses.
For sure.
They have the firepower on this team. It's just about getting a few of those rounds to go their way. And it's not necessarily saying it's luck, but just a little bit of luck going their way. And we're looking at wins for Evil Geniuses versus losses.
Yeah, well, what was Breeze saying in an interview? You know, like once you start to feel like good and you get like some sort of synergy within the team, and it just unlocks like another potential level there. So I think that's, you know, we're seeing some of that early on, right?
That's why I think that win against Vitality yesterday was just worth its weight in gold.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, it finally, you know, it's something they've been playing so well for these tournaments. It just hasn't been going their way. Finally, they get something to go their way. And, well, Breezy just dropping out of the sky. Flattens Nexa.
There's just nothing artful about that. You just want to actually falling right down. Great stuff. Speaking of Breeze, he's like a, you know, I feel like the sort of the individual chart for him was going dramatically up at one point last year, and then it sort of flattened and looked like it sort of went away. But I mean, if we could see a return to that kind of play for him, that was really wild. Like, it was really wild to be watching. It was on everyone's lips at one point. And I don't think he was playing badly since then. It's just, you know, in contrast with how we know he can play. Yeah, he took like a little bit of a detour in his own career, but I mean, you know, that can come back. And if we're seeing that, you know, the beginning to that in this particular map so far, he is 11-3. So that's outrageous.
And it continues. I mean, that's off the trend of yesterday versus Vitality and that massive win across 3 maps. The first series we've had to go 3 maps at Blast so far, which is awesome. I mean, it's been, days of tournaments, and it's all been 2-0s. We finally have a 3-mapper. It's Evil Geniuses and Vitality going the distance. And Breeze, top performer for Evil Geniuses in that series. So if he keeps that up, him and Cirque.
One bit of criticism, because he did just drop down from the upper bomb site there, and there's a ladder. Like you know, they put the ladder for a reason, you know.
Come on, for shame.
So that like the workers in the train yard don't just fall and break their legs every day, you know. Someone should clue him in on that, how that works.
You know, he was more intent on just getting that opening kill, dude. He was self-sacrificing, Anders. Don't belittle his sacrifice.
Giving up his ankles and shins for the
cause. He is that dedicated to North American CS.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. If that's what it takes, I guess.
To be fair, they are waving the flag. Although, as I say that, of course, Liquid are coming up in the 3rd group tomorrow, and Moses just read off the planet again. But
we'll see.
But they are carrying the North American flag in this group.
Yes, they are. 6-1 in their favor, and an aggressive push that Tarek is kind of really sees it coming, but he's still going to go down. Good follow-up from Ethan. It's really important. Now, I don't think no Hunter is there. Amanek going to get pushed in on. Oh, do they want to try and challenge this? It's dangerous. And Nico, he spins around and gets that kill. Now, 40 seconds left and a missed opportunity from Cirque. Otherwise, that would have been a great way to get back. Would have had them a 2-on-3. Could have maybe been winnable. But I think once they lose that fight, it's pretty much done. Triple kill for Nico in this round. No one even hits him at all. And that's got to feel pretty good. So, I mean, they need to get... I think they need like 9-6 here. They need to just win the next 7 rounds in a row at this point.
I would agree. Because we don't know what to expect from G2 on the T side on this map. It's not... They haven't had any time to put the polish in on it. And they don't have any experience on it apart from getting their heads blasted by Na'Vi in the global finals. So... and that wasn't pretty because that's Na'Vi, and Na'Vi love train. So you're just not going to have fun at all in that experience. G2, though, I mean, this is going to be them about getting some bit more going for him. Nico getting aggro pop. Thought about it for a second there. Could actually catch him out.
Yeah, do it. Well, I mean, they've done some good damage, right? The Molotovs in main, the spray, the follow-up nade.
That's a sick nade.
They don't feel good at all. They're going to try and double nade him as a bit of revenge. He comes back at it. Tarek again. Very similar fight. And he wins it one more time. That's interesting. Now, I don't know. I mean, the health, they're lacking some on EG, but you can... I mean, if you win one more fight here, 5-on-3, even if you have lower health, what does it matter?
Yeah, dude, Tarek is so good with the drive-bys right now. You're right, and there it is. Amanek has been stepping up individually for G2. Without him, I think we were looking at a far steeper scoreline for Evil Geniuses.
Yes.
9 kills so far for Amanek. Another opening kill as far as G2 are concerned, bringing it back to a 4-on-4. A lot of nades still for Evil Geniuses to make use of, though, so we shouldn't get too concerned just yet with 40 seconds on the clock. But there's a big gamble coming from G2. They think this is going to be A.
Yeah, they're sort of saying, if it is B, we're going to retake it, right? And if it's A, we're going to have nearly 4 people there. Next is going to be pretty close. So I think this is fair. I mean, this is one of the luxuries you can have on Train. So, yeah, it looks like it's working out in their favor so far. And there's only about 20 seconds left. So that kind of a kill as they're getting started is just absolutely devastating. They're in a lot of trouble now. 15 seconds on the clock, and they're going to go straight for the bomb plant. Can't even spend any time faking it. Tarek, he's got it down. So that's the first bit of good news here. But Ethan blows up. The good news is ended right away. And now it's Tarek and Cirque. Cirque is kind of far away, but I don't know if he's going to be able to outsnipe everyone here. Strong headshot. That's the start. They need a lot more, though. And Tarek is just looking for it. It's not going to be possible. He goes down. So it's a 1-on-3. But the bomb is planted for him. I mean, if he swings out to try and do this, but he's going to get found by Hunter. It maybe would have been possible, but instead it's going to be a 3rd round for G2.
I would give a lot for Kenny to have hit that no-scope. Just saying. Like the quick shot afterwards. If he'd have hit that, I'd have lost my mind. I'd have fallen out of my chair.
So, I mean, okay, good, decent read out of G2 to see this A play coming. And, I mean, also just not, even though they lost Nico in the beginning, still managed to make it work. Those are some positive signs.
Yeah, they're starting to come back in. I mean, this is still T-sided Train. I mean, this is still CT-sided is what I'm saying, obviously. It's pretty much the most CT-sided map. 55.2 across 290 games in 2020. So, we do expect G2 to recover. It is still, you know, a defensive favored map. Just barely, despite CSGO, you know, devs' best efforts.
Trying to make it all 50-50, yeah?
Everything equals. Everything equals. But, as far as EG are concerned, with 6 rounds on the T side, they really shouldn't be getting too down on themselves. They should just be setting up, you know, set up a round, execute it here, don't get too stressed, because you still have plenty of room to work with. You shouldn't be feeling too frustrated, you know, about giving up any rounds for G2. Stan gonna get clipped, but that's kind of expected. He's selling himself there.
Yeah, Nico, I mean, you said it earlier, right? He's feeling pretty aggressive about taking these fights.
Yeah.
Want to try and run through the smoke, but Amanek sees it coming. He's really hard to find down here. He's been playing some intelligent Counter-Strike at the moment. Not even afraid. Still gets it. No one dies. The double orb is in effect, and EG know it. They know that double orb is there. So I don't know if it... I mean, it could change a couple of things, especially if you go into like 3v3s and you know 2 of the orbs are left. Might make you change how you play some of those scenarios out there. But for now, we're going to go into the 11th round, and...
I'm kind of curious to see, because this to me makes me think that G2 are just really counting on these duels, and that they're calling Evil Geniuses bluff. They're saying, you don't have anything that's really polished and sharp on here, so we are going to just rely on the double AWP to keep picking you off one after another. And that means that they can also just have Kenny post up and take shots like this. It's perfect. You put Amanek on one side, Kenny on the other, and just kind of let them cover all of the ground and look for those opening duels.
Yeah, from Ethan's point of view, he's flashed. He's like, I'm dead, aren't I? Like, he can't get away at that point in time. That's pretty rough. But yeah, like that is a problem, right? If you want to win by getting an opening pick, and then now you're up against 2 orbs, and you can't get that opening that you want, that's pretty rough.
Well, it feels like basic CT to me, where it's just we don't have much polish either on our CT side. So you know what? We'll just go with double ops, and we'll just put one on each side, kind of play around them, and kind of really just set up a Bastion-style defense where we just sit there and you come to us, and hopefully we hit the shots when they're there, right? That's the feel that we're getting. And then Nico's kind of just rambling about, trying to play aggressive here, trying to play aggressive there. You know, here he is in Sandwich, just kind of looking around, trying to find a gap to take advantage of. But it feels like a very stable way to play CT for G2 if they've kind of been called out on the map that they haven't really had much time to put work into.
Very few grenades for EG. Oh, and Kenny, he's going to clip Tarek trying to get out there. Nico playing so far forward that they just weren't expecting it. And the bomb is on the ground with about 30 seconds on the clock. And again, this seems like it shouldn't be possible for EG to even get close to a round win here. Kenny actually going to miss a bit of an opportunity, and they'll take down Nexa coming through the C connector. But Amanek, a very important shot there. I think saving the round. Now 20 seconds, and they should not be fighting Stanislaw. Let him try and get that bomb down to the very least. And he's running back for it. Knife out and getting caught by Hunter. So I think that round was probably way more expensive than it needed to be. But critically, there was no bomb plant, so no extra funds for EG. And again, they're going to save this round. Maybe buy some deagles or something, but... Ooh. Yes, I mean, I think this is a good round for a couple of different reasons. I like the fact that NiKo is playing further up and aggressive because it makes it trickier for EG to set up the sort of default smokes and then go and execute behind that smoke wall. When he's that far up, you know, they're out there fighting almost immediately.
I thought we were going to see a bit of a change of pace here with these pistols, but that may be telegraphed. That may be a bit too obvious. G2 have to be aware that the economy isn't super solid now for Evil Geniuses. So we are going to get those pistols in play. Kevlar, a couple of nades, and it's just going to be the waterfall. But, I mean, fair enough. If you're going up against an AWP, and if you can isolate Nexa,
yeah,
you stand a good chance of at least getting a bomb plant out of this. And so if you get a bomb plant for Evil Geniuses now with the full loss bonus, you're going to have a very good buy in the next round.
Yeah. Oh, that's a godlike grenade, though. That lands on everyone. The Molotov as well. They're running right through. They might get the bomb plant here, but certainly not the entry that you would love to have. And maybe it's not even going to be a bomb plant. No, they get shut down. That's interesting. I thought they would have run straight for it, but the bomb was last in and just got stuck on that ramp.
Yeah, that's a frustrating one. Don't mind Cirque. He always looks like that. It's not the end of days. It's just the focus. Although, what can we say? What was his name again? Al Sarcone? I think that's it. Al Sarcone, the babyface killer.
I like that.
Yeah.
Is that a popular meme now?
No, I'm just memeing it. I'm just creating it right now because he just, you know, it's like Al Capone. That's what they called Al Capone, right? And he was ruthless. Cirque is ruthless. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, someone should definitely meme that. Make a Photoshop. 6-6, 13th round. We got Kenny, we got Nades, we got NiKo. It's all being thrown at EG, and it doesn't really work out in their favor at all. Now 5-3. And again, they have to sort of try and fight back in some of these later rounds, being 1 or 2 men down, which is not that great. And it's not even that they lost a couple of people. They don't even get anything for it, right? They don't have any map control. It's not like they have snuck someone into some deep position that they can then exploit. It's just, you know, they haven't got anywhere. That's
going to be really frustrating for Evil Geniuses and for Tarek as well, because that's something that they should, like, it's not the first time they've seen Kenny push brown halls. And I'm sure they looked at a demo, and Kenny was doing the same thing against Na'Vi, trying to do the same thing, pushing brown halls with the AWP, at least for a pot shot. He did it twice in the half against Na'Vi, right? So it's something you should be aware of as an option.
Yeah. Oh. Stand on 1 health. I feel like he probably should be dead already. But even jumping off there can actually be dangerous. All right. They're going to live through the round here. G2 with 3 people alive. So their economy is looking pretty good as we go into the 14th round. EG they've been really poor for the last long stretch, and it's partly due to the lack of bomb plants. Actually, it's a lot of it is like a bomb plants.
Yeah, they've gotten shut down pretty hard, haven't they now? I mean, it's been, what, 4 or 5 rounds since their last bomb plant? Since they really got anything going? Or at least there was a defuse. Yeah, last bomb plant. So, I mean... But this is the thing. I think this is the gamble from Evil Geniuses, and they really should be feeling quite happy about the 6 rounds that they managed to get. Because I don't think they had much prepared for this either. I think they were just like, hey guys, what map can we go to? Well, they suck on train as much as we suck, so let's go. Like, I really think that was...
And if we go back to the earlier metaphor, it's not clear who's drowning at the moment.
That's exactly it.
Oh, flashes are in. And NiKo, he looks away at the wrong time. I think he was counting on that smoke, but it didn't go up in time. Hunter, though, just fighting all over the place, and he's eventually going to go down. And this is a mad battle outside, but the Ops eventually look like they're going to be rescuing G2 out here. And Tarek, he goes down to Amanek. So Kenny and Amanek right now really doing a lot of work. And that's going to be the 8th round on the board for G2, going into the 15th round where, again, just EG not really with that strong of an economy.
Yep. Now this is just going to test that mental resilience here from Evil Geniuses. Because, yeah, you're running it out, and then you're just missing that last little polish, that last little flash over the top, that, you know, the little detail that's going to just open everything up for you. Because if you're just running and gunning, you do need a lot of luck sometimes to pull that off, because you just need to be looking at the right place at the right time. And unfortunately, Hunter was just able to gut them that time around. And Hunter once again pushed up aggro towards Electric. NiKo's going to try and back him up as well towards the wall. And Evil Genius is not really wanting to have anything to do with this early, it looks like.
No. Nade goes in. It does 1 point of damage to Breeze. Hunter, he's got a nice lineup here with the Orb, but they are so close. They weren't expecting them to be that close to the connector. Now Nico is alone fighting. Amanek and Kenny are down at the back line with the Orbs, but yep, he's going to get shot in the back, so he was just in the middle of nowhere. Next is in C connector, so it's a 3-on-3 now. And the bomb, it's kind of making its way there, but not just yet. Interesting Molotov. I don't think, I mean, he could just go up the ladder if he really wanted to escape, so that's not going to make a big difference here. The bomb, it is getting there. Cirque is a bit worried about it. Just the idea that someone could maybe try and take him down while he's planting. Grenade. Oh, it's going to go over. Is it going to catch him? It's so close. That would have been an amazing kill to have. It could have been a 3-on-2 right then and there. And Breeze, instead of just waiting around, that sneak out is so effective. I can't believe Cirque even lives through that. He's just impossible to take down. And the final kill coming through. It will be a 7th round for EG. And you feel like they deserve it. They did just lose 7 in a row to get in this position. So that's how the first half ends. The second half, I think it's going to be just as bloody. And it's coming up after the break. Right, well, Kenny at the bottom of the jumping game there, but not on the scoreboard in the server. We're going to the second half. He is 11-11 right now. He did some pretty good work with the AWP. Amanek, though, 17-7 in the first half. Tied with Breeze, who's also got 17-10 on the other side. 8-7 overall is the split between the two teams. G2 with a slight lead. I don't know if it's anywhere near enough. I think this is going to be really interesting. So let's just see if G2 have something planned here for the T side, and if EG have a defense that can stand up to what is coming. Well, Amanek really getting shot in his little toes, trying to dip them down into Pop Dog.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but at least you know he can afford to get the smaller shoes. So that's cool. Save money that way.
It's true. I mean, you get togmentation. Is that a thing?
Togmentation?
Can you get like?
I mean, I guess you just stuff the end of your shoes with newspaper or something and just, you know,
make it work.
Just make it work. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's the future for that, and
gonna call some guys who survived, you know, getting lost in the mountains, frostbite.
True.
What do you do for your shoes?
I mean, there's a story there. Someone's going to have to build on it. We are going to have to try and figure out what's happening with this Ivy push. There's 3 people coming. They have 1 flashbang on Nexa. So, I mean, he could set something up, but obviously throwing that grenade will also give the game away. That'll show you that something is happening. And it seems like EG are actually set up to fight this long range against the Ivy push. So far, no luck here, and reloading. Breeze goes down, and Ethan, he's feeling really trapped right now, and he's not going to get that headshot that he desperately needed. Amanek could get some revenge for his toes, and now it's Stanislaw in a 1 versus 2. He's already got the grenade kill, but he's going to get found by Kenny, and G2 will win the pistol round. I think they needed that.
They desperately needed that, Anders, and Kenny actually getting a kill in the pistol as well. He's had low impact, it feels like, in the pistol round so far for G2. So for him to stay alive and then to get the final one, that's a big deal. Frustrating that it seemed like, I mean, Evil Geniuses, it looked like they had the right read on the situation. They had the setup. They weren't too close. They were trying to make use of those USPs, the range advantage that they get with that, and yet they just weren't able to connect with the shots. And so that'll be a frustrating loss for Evil Geniuses. Still not going to stop them from forcing into this round, though, Anders.
I kind of like the theory behind that round, though.
Yeah,
see how
it's a cool
quick
round.
Yeah, because they just set up towards Pop Lock and main and saying if you come Ivy, we'll just have the range advantage. But if you come the other side, we've got like a three-man setup to stop you. So I think it's a good idea, you know. They just needed like one of those USP shots, and probably that round is very different. So whatever. That is the nature of pistol rounds. Nexa is alone down here with the MAC-10, which is fine. Running through. Oh, he's actually getting a little bit tagged. Yeah, he knows they're coming. He's got that red really well, and it's pulling everyone over here. Like a gravitational pull. They're all just being drawn to it while the bomb is going down in B.
Now, is this like a black hole, or is this like a large planet? Like, what are we talking about? How strong is the gravity?
I don't think, I feel like, because they escape afterwards, right? So as a black hole, they'd go over that event horizon and just like that wouldn't work, right? So no, just nothing that serious. Just slightly getting warped into that bent space-time. Amanek and Nico and Kenny each with a kill, and Cirque is going to make his escape with a scout. Fair enough, but I mean, that's totally worth it, right? That's like a textbook kind of example of how you can, you know, you could lose throwing away a MAC-10, like that's no problem, but then you get like a pretty clean round over at the other side. So it doesn't always work out that way, but this time it did. 10-7 in favor of G2. And it's going to get interesting, right? Because that first buy round out of EG, that is going to be so important right now.
It is.
Could be 11-7 if they lose that first buy round. It goes to like 13-7. At that point, how do you recover that? You know, that's hard to do.
Very curious, and I'm very curious to see if G2 choose to integrate the AWP into their T side as well. Amanek ended with 9 op kills on the CT side. Kenny with 8.
Yeah.
Like, those guys just locked it down. That is such a strong double op performance.
I feel like, oh, wow, he just hit a 4-man nade.
Ouch.
Fairly tricky to do usually. Tarek, the only one left intact for now. But I mean, I think the AWP on the T side of train, at least it can be such an incredible tool for finding, like, you could just send your AWP out and spend the first like 45 seconds of any round looking for a kill, and if you get it, you can just build around it. Like it's not that it's risk-free or anything, but I think definitely if you have, you know, both Kenny and Amanek who seem to be hitting good shots with it, then why wouldn't you? Unless I mean, the only downside is if you specifically want to run like really fast strategies where, but even then you might as well just have the AWP. Like, you're never going to be in a position where 5 people are all going to be leading the charge. Like, this isn't like Roman Imperial Warfare or something where we're all like just lined up with spears, you know. It doesn't work out that way.
No, it's all about the hoplites in that case. You know, we're gonna have series 1 layers of spears, like layers of deagles.
Layers of deagles. People standing shoulder to shoulder with deagles. Okay.
Damn straight.
That's a strategy no one's done yet, but that just means they haven't thought hard enough about it, I guess. Get the riot shields in there, and then we're good to go.
Let's just go down this rabbit hole.
Okay. Ooh, actually getting shot in the face a little bit, but he's being pressured, and the backup is there. Hunter actually somehow the one finding that kill, and it's up to Cirque. 1 versus 2. Can he find the crisp headshots that he needs? Or just a quick no-scope? He is being chased down. He'll actually get 1 more kill. Can he find Nico on the other side? There is a chance. Oh! He takes him down. Cirque with a triple and a 1 versus 2 clutch at the end. That is such a steal.
There you go. You see the hype. You see them. Everybody in the room. Okay. Actually, Anders, it's really worth bringing this up as well. How much of an advantage do you think it gives to be all in the same location on land together? Because so far, the teams that have been losing have been the teams that have been at home, separated, not in the same place. The teams that have been winning, they've been in that place over in Serbia, or they've been on land together, right, in their facilities.
I think it makes a huge difference. I really do.
Oh wow, that reaction!
And it puts a lot of pressure on each individual member of the teams that aren't sat together to really have like that level of focus. Because again, if you're all sat together, like, you know, that energy will build off each other. Whereas if you're alone and you're just like eating your oatmeal and you're in your, you know, like slippers and PJs and you're just like, oh, okay, I guess we got a match that we got to get ready for. You know, like that feeling could easily creep in, right? So. I think that's going to happen less. So, yeah, I think it is an advantage, and I'm not surprised at that stat. Stanislaw, that's a pretty long-range shot with the AUG, and that is what it is good for. And he falls back out. Hunter probably would love to challenge it, but he also knows that there's going to be a second player in there that's going to be firing at him, so he can't.
Wow.
Huge entry. My God.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. That was clean. Stan, though, can he make it in time? No, he's not quite going to be there. Still wins the duel.
Wow. But I love seeing that kind of play out of Kenny. I mean, he actually went for it. Now, next they're going to catch them out. But they're... Oh, no, and that's the bomb down with 45 seconds. Oh, man. I feel like if they hadn't gone that far out, they would have waited for Nexa. He would have got that kill, and they would have just, you know, waited. They had like 50 seconds. They could have easily done that, but the timing wasn't there for it, and I think Nexa is in so much trouble. Well, evidenced by the fact that Stan got him as well. Quad kill for the captain of EG.
Yeah, with the rat AUG plays. Just hanging out in those little angles. Get that scope in play. Let's see it. I mean, right now, this is the start. First kill for him. Then he manages to get the kill on Kenny. All of them to the AUG.
I mean, look at this. Positioning's really good here for it.
Yeah, no, I mean, Train is just the wet dream. Like, you're just going to have a ball, aren't you?
Well, they keep picking up more and more. Reinvesting into the AUG.
Let's go. Folium, this is what I'm talking about, Anders.
Okay, let's see. Oh, he's going to Molotov that up. It's fine. Doesn't really have to go onto the ramp. He just wants to not die here as they come jumping out at him. And they slow it down so much that he's just having a grand old time. And so is Ethan. Bomb is down on the ground and it is never going to get planted. So this is looking really good. EG going to tie up the scoreline at 10-10. So that whole 11 or even 13-7 scenario I was sort of briefly bringing up, That's not going to happen. They're in a much stronger position right now, and now G2 are going to have to prove it to us that they can sort of change this around.
Yeah, and they just held down W, so that's good. G2, I was a little worried there. I'm glad that we got the replays because it did look like they kind of started baiting for kills. G2, which is the last thing you want to see, especially on a hard eco. It's just like run and die. That's what you're supposed to do. But it did look like they just kind of committed to that, so that's good stuff. But we're tied up 10-10. No bomb plant, but it's still enough money for the AWP on Kenny S. A little bit light on the nades, but still enough to make something happen here for G2. But look at this, the aggression. It's going to come here. Evil Geniuses are waiting on their flash timing. Cirque knocks it in.
They are so aware of it. Smoke is going to go up there, but I mean, they were also set up to not get flashed, so that's kind of interesting. I mean, that could be one of those reads. They've been looking at the games, previous games, and thinking, you know what? They do like to do that. Let's not get caught.
It's a good, I mean, it's a good go-to strat.
Yeah.
Because if they run up there unawares, thinking, okay, we're going to get some pressure on Ivy and all that, you eat that flash and you can just ruin your first buy round.
Well, I mean, the other problem is now to get back and to try and look at Ivy here, presumably they're going to have to use a couple of nades to clear it out. Like that electric box that's in the middle of the Ivy lane. Maybe they have to Molotov that out or something. I mean, they don't have that many grenades. So even if actually nothing much happens, that could still make a difference in terms of how many nades G2 might want to commit. I think they run boosted Kenny past over there to try and get him into a position. Yeah, so he landed here for a bit of a shot. But 45 seconds. Yeah, okay. They don't use any grenades to clear it out. So they really want to hold on to them. Let's see if they can have some sort of an impact here, just entering with the AK first. 35 seconds. They're going to go straight through, wrapping around. Can they catch Tariq? He's in the corner. He continues to spray. It's a nice idea out of Tariq. He wanted to just transfer that onto the next, but it didn't really work out that way. Now it's a 4-on-4. The bomb, not quite there yet. Nexa is going to be going down now. Nico is going to be trying to put it down on Hunter. He's covering him. Going to get that shot on Cirque, and Ethan comes charging through. He's the only one that can save this round right now, and he's not going to be able to. He needed to get at least a kill and fall back, or a double, to even create space for Stanislaw to get out from Pop Dog, and none of that happened. So G2, that round looked pretty well coordinated.
I think it was more, Evil Geniuses kind of felt like they just fluffed it. They kind of weren't really coordinated on what they wanted to do there in the event that the bomb gets planted. Nice attempt there from Tariq, you're right. That was a good spacing, good trade kill. And yeah, Hunter was just ready for Cirque to take the peek over the top.
Yeah. And
Ethan, I feel like that was just bad luck. It just didn't work out for him at all. The timing was just barely off. So he won't get that kill. 11-10 now.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely a chance there for, I think, for Tariq as well to pick up, two kills on that spray down. So I think some pretty thin margins, but I don't think G2, they're not going to be too critical of themselves at the moment, I guess. Wow. 1 AWP and 4 AUGs, Semler. We can't really get more scoped up until they make a pistol with the scope on.
Let's get it. They're going to start running around, shoving armor plates into their chest and dropping out of planes with parachutes.
Why not?
Let's get it.
Why not?
Well, what's interesting right now is that it's very even across the board in terms of performance individually for G2. But Kenny is having a very strong performance now. Resurgence towards the end of that first half, going into the second one.
Yeah.
He is delivering. So good to see. It's crucial. G2 need him up there.
Look at how quick they're going to be, but Cirque will be there with the AWP. Now, he doesn't really want to re-peek it. That smoke goes down, but it feels like that smoke should have been there when they ran down and not after he'd already got the shot off. That's a bit interesting. Deep grenades coming through to try and secure the bomb plant. They nearly ran into a blind shot, but it will be a plant. And Nexa is holding and seeing that there's no flank, and he himself can turn into a flanker coming through C Connector if he wants to play the ultimate next level here. Nico goes down. Oh, Nexa, he runs, and Tariq, that's his cue to come. Now, this is really a lot of trouble coming the way of G2. The bomb is already being defused. No kit, though, but about 5 seconds left now. And Tariq, he's going to catch one of the next, has to go, but he goes back instead. And I think even if he wins that fight, it won't make a difference. That was just such a quick defuse. Even at 10 seconds, they just held it through, and a great retake coming out of EG.
Sick play. Cirque with the opening kill here as Monster. And Cirque is also, he's hitting his shots. He's coming into his own here. He's clearly developing some confidence as this tournament continues, and that is so essential, as he has been kind of the focus of attention in past tournaments for Evil Geniuses. The AWPer, I mean, the AWP really is so important now for these teams, CT side, T side. If top 3 players in the world right now are AWPers, it's like if you don't have a strong AWP to fall back on, you are going to have to work harder. And so if Cirque is starting to hit his stride here, I mean, it's the best time.
Yeah.
There's a spot on the spring finals on the line here in this match. If you win this match, that's it, you're through. You do not need to go down into the blood math of the showdown where you've already got Astralis, you've got Vitality. It's going to be a nightmare to make it through there.
It's quickly, soon Na'Vi will be there.
That's what I'm saying. I'm doing that just to trigger James, though. I'm saying that just to trigger James. But listen, Liquid are going to beat Na'Vi. I'm just telling you. That's what's going to happen.
I mean, on that idea, I think that's going to be funny. But yeah, like that showdown is swiftly getting populated with just the best teams in the world. So that's kind of scary, and everyone wants to avoid it at this point in time. I'm so curious though about the smoke going down there in the C connector. It's such a cool smoke you can throw from basically T spawn. So I wonder if it was delayed or if they just misremembered the timing. And again, that could be just a lack of experience on the map that does that kind of thing. But that could be a pretty big difference maker. So maybe we can find that smoke in the future and try and retrace it. Because first of all, it's cool to see. And secondly, I want to know if it was delayed for some reason. Anyway, 40 seconds now. And they are setting up, I think, for just a quick execute. It's going to be one smoke, two flashbangs. And here they come. Kenny, there's going to be one of the smokes. And flash number one. And then the second one right afterwards. And it does nothing to Taric. He doesn't care about any of this. And I think already that's a big problem, right? They needed to get out clean and maybe get a kill. And instead, they get wiped out. So another round for EG, up now 12-11.
Just looking more and more confident, EG. And I thought we heard the tactical timeout call. I think this would be a good time for Medic to slow down the pace a little bit with the tactical timeout on that CT side going into the buy round here for G2. That'd be really solid. And it's not looking like we're going to get it. Straight into the action, and Medic is looking frustrated. The coach for G2 is not looking pleased. And that doesn't bode well, because he's usually very upbeat. He's usually very focused. And if he's looking frustrated, that is not a good sign.
Breeze flashed in. That's what we're talking about. A triple spray down set up with that grenade, and it just works perfectly. They get wiped out. And remember, they were expecting it earlier and probably felt pretty good that they didn't walk into it. But this time, you just have to slip up once, and that is the result. That was well done. So if they weren't frustrated, before this round, they certainly are now.
It's that kind of strat that's really, you just want to throw out there a couple times a half.
Yeah,
we saw it in the first buy round. Good attempt at that. They were ready for G2. This time, that's what can happen. It just takes one flash to annihilate your entire round. And so now NiKo and Hunter in this key round desperately need a bomb plant. They're going to get max loss bonus if they lose it, but the money isn't there, and so they need a bomb plant here to be competitive and to have money going into the remainder of this half. Evil Geniuses are really feeling like they're coming into their own now, Anders.
Yeah, slowly taking over the game once again, and at a critical point in the game, right? They're not going to have money, G2. They're not going to have many more rounds to play with, so, 13-11 is not such a huge lead, but I think when it's happening the way that it is right now, it makes a massive difference. They're not going to be able to buy in this round, so they're going to have maybe like one more shot at it, and then it's going to be GG. So they're under pressure, definitely.
The toast. It's a tough one now, because this is where the pressure is going to mount, as you say. And what did I say at the very beginning of this map? And probably what is the whole point of picking this map?
Did he actually ace them? Did we miss that?
Oh,
surely not. Surely not. He actually did. Oh god.
He did get the ace.
That's crazy.
And here's the timeout that I was calling for.
I feel robbed because he picked up an AWP instead. Like what am I supposed to do with that? That's so crazy. Breeze, 23 kills.
He's up there. Taric is right there next to him, though. That's the cool thing about this, is seeing Taric come into his own, the content king. You have him on your screen right there. 21 kills on his side. 98 damage per round average. He is messing people up right now. And whereas on G2 side, it's still very even across the board, but Hunter's starting to drop off a little bit, at least in terms of performance. Only 62 average damage per round right now. And so he's, he was really having that impact in the first half. He's starting to cool off a little bit here. And so the frustration may be getting to him. We need to see G2 trying to change up the pace.
Well, they are definitely doing that. Hunter taking out Stanislaw, and that should give them a quick bomb plant. But now they don't still have the weapons to really fight a lot here. Good headshot from NiKo. He goes down afterwards. The bomb is going to be planted, but it's a 2-on-2. And Hunter, can he find the shot? He can't. Ethan takes him down instead. It was close, and he had caught him at the right moment there. So now it is all on Nexa with a P250, and they're going to be long range. Those Augs are going to be hard to beat. They have more grenades. They can just Molotov him out of this position, but they'll use the rifles. Quad kill on Ethan, and now straight defuse. So 14-11. I mean, it's a good round in terms of getting 3 kills on a bomb plant. For what they had, it's actually pretty decent, but it doesn't change the fact that they have their backs against the wall.
Not at all. And so it is definitely going to be the fact that Evil Geniuses are 2 rounds away from taking the first map in this series. They pulled the rug out from under G2 with this map pick, and it felt like it was a big risk because obviously they don't have much experience on it recently either at a pro level. They haven't really competed against anybody, and when they did, it was like North America, not really there in terms of the elite competition. And so I think they were going into the dark as well, and so far this gamble has paid off wonderfully. But let's see, they still have to get the job done. This is a big buy round from G2.
Ethan actually wins that fight. It looked like Hunter had him in a really awkward position, and Cirque could have been dead. The risk that he took jumping out that far, it looked tremendous, but he lives, and Hunter doesn't. And just like that, it's a 4-on-5 where G2 are just setting up outside of here. Once you're here, again, you can't wait forever, right? You're gonna have to make a play eventually because you don't know if they're checking T-Main or Ivy or anything like that. So it's probably gonna be go time. Stanislaw and Cirque are gonna be here, and Cirque, yeah, he's low on health, but he's so far back with the AWP. Does it even matter? They're down on the low ground, and Stanislaw is in an incredibly powerful position right here. All he has to do is hit the right timing, and they're not gonna be able to do anything about it. They are checking for it. That is a great play out of Nexer, and maybe a little bit too swift for Stanislaw there. He probably could have just held back and waited for his teammates to show up, but now instead the bomb is going to be down, and it's a 3-on-3.
Yep, could be getting ahead of ourselves here as Kenny has now got control of the upper halls. He was going to flank Stan in a second there.
Yeah.
So I mean the timer was on for Stan, but it's a man advantage for G2 going into the hold, and unless Evil Geniuses get a kill very quickly here, they should probably be backing off to save these guns. And this is, I believe, the correct call to make. Too much time has ticked off this clock without them getting a kill.
And they also, do they have a single smoke or anything? So even if they get, 1 or 2 kills, they can't smoke the bomb and defuse it. All right.
Well, okay then, Nico.
That's an odd position to check, but fair play. Bomb is going to go up, and it will take, a couple of kills next. They get wiped out after the fact. So that's frustrating, but at the same time, it's not like G2 are going to be, they're not going to be saving that much money. I guess it could still wipe out their last chance, but this kill here for Nexer is huge.
Well, they have to spend they have to spend all their bank this round.
Yep.
So that those kills are a big deal for Evil Geniuses. Frustrating. You can see a little bit here from Cirque. There's some emotion, but they've given themselves a chance here, Evil Geniuses. If they were to win this next round, things could get very difficult for G2, and so they've stacked as much of the odds in their favor as possible.
Okay, well, let's just see. 14-12. Tarek sneaking on in, and if Nico just peeks this, he could be dead. Now, if he keeps going, Tarek, it could go the other way. Oh, he gets caught just at the edge, and I can't believe that he's still alive. And while that confusion is going on, Cirque finds a kill. Now, Amanek trying to see if he can bring it back. He's been so good this series, but they need him a lot more here. And back for... Oh, don't be shooting your teammates. It's a 4-on-3. That looks like it was about to go horribly wrong. Tarek taking down Nico up from the sniper spot, and now they are in deep trouble here, G2. 2 versus 4. They're not close to getting a bomb down. And I bet, that is another really frustrating round. I don't even know how Tarek lived through that early stage, but he did. And now it's Kenny alone.
Yeah, man, they desperately need a bomb plant. They need that bonus money.
Not going to be allowed, and they won't be getting that. 15-12, ladies and gentlemen. They are just a round away here. EG, and I mean, this map pick, it's starting to look pretty good. Their CT side's looking pretty solid. Their T side was, I thought it was good. 7 rounds, I'm impressed.
I think this is where just getting those 7 rounds in the first half, getting the 6 rounds in the first half, after what we're seeing here in this second half on the CT side and the polish that G2 have on their T side, it's clear that, as far as G2 are concerned on the T side, they just haven't had much time to put work into this map.
And it is 25 kills on both Tarek and Breeze, so, hitting 50 kills between the two of them. For anyone who can add, basic numbers. Oh, wow. That is some grenade damage. This is obviously a round that they have to win G2, and it sounds like that. And Amanek goes down. Wallbang by Cirque. Oh, God. They're getting slaughtered. Trying to get out of main and not even being allowed to. Kenny fighting inside of the fire. Tarek hunting him down while his feet are catching flames. What a ridiculous way to finally win this map. Nexa 1 versus 5, gunning with the Deagle. But EG, surprise pick on Train, and it works out in their favor. That is well done, and it is really cool to see how they managed to do this. It was a bit shaky at one point, but they brought it back, and I've got to say, I think that's so cool to see.
Yeah, they're all together. On location, you can see the hype. I mean, it's paying off. This is their 3rd event. They've been nothing but disappointed in the first 2 of the year. They've been here since the beginning, since the New Year's, boot camping and working, trying to catch